Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel Devil's Highway. We're going to do something a bit different today. We're going to cover a test which was taken at Tolworth Test Centre, Surrey. This is a full proper test. I'm going to go through it from start to finish. Okay, let's get on with this then. Please like and subscribe, it does help the channel immensely, and I thank you beforehand for watching this and enjoy. So as we commence, the candidate is going to move off, going in the right direction from the test centre. As we progress up the road, what we're going to be doing obviously at this stage, the candidate should be looking for all relevant hazards as they approach. Try and highlight some. There's someone crossing the road there from the right to the left, but they're quite far away. They're clearing the danger point. Car coming down the road. We can see the car now, so gently pulling over to the left, not too close to the red car. And there's also a child on the right, nicely picked up. As the car passes, we then can move on. So as we move on the road, we're still watching out for hazards as we progress. Coming up to a right hand turn here, there's cars blocking on the left, as you can see, so nicely turned in on the correct side of the road, looking way down the road as we go. Now traffic can be seen approaching further down, so the candidate pulls in nicely to the left hand side. There is a pedestrian on the right and the vehicle is highlighted coming up the road, so nice and slow, not too close to the vehicle in front, which is good, but close enough to the curb. So as we pause waiting for the car, I mean the candidate can obviously see down the road, needs to peep and creep to see where the car's got to. There it is, holding back quite nicely. That was nicely done. Car's highlight there. It's another learner car as it goes. Now we're waiting for the car to pass. Then with that, the pupil is gently going to have a good check and gently move out nice and slowly into the road. Carefully, car coming out from the right hand side, yet another learner. Coming up to a crossroads, and the candidate is going to be instructed to turn right at this stage. There's a lot of cars on the left and the right here you've got to pay attention to. No, don't know how long they've been there. Could have people in them. Van, they're not parked too brilliantly on a tight corner. Notice the candidate peeps and creeps, keeps the car moving at the junction because it is a give way, it's not a stop. Making progress and obviously checking to make sure it's nice and clear. As we proceed on down the road, we are going to make a left on a bend. Keep an eye out for hazards as highlighted. Construction van on the right there with open doors, as is on the left, so you've got people working there, something to pay attention to. Now as we're slowing down, coming up to the end of the road, it's a tight bend to the left, very blind. Watch for hazards, one highlighted, man with child, so nice and gently going around. One way road, and at the end of the road we're looking to turn right here. Again, nicely placed on the road, slightly to the left. Having a good check, kept creeping, kept moving, kept it fluid. Now making sure you're getting your correct lane here. The lights are red on approach. There's a left and a right hand lane. Pupils got in the right hand lane. Okay, as the lights change green, Bearing around to the right, keep an eye for any hazards as we approach, checking the lights as we go through, nice green lights, nice open road. 20 mph road, so you can make sure keep an eye on the speed limit. Now we've got a bus coming up on the front of us. Now we know what buses do consistently, don't we? They normally pull over, so it's a good idea to keep a good distance from the bus whilst following. Again, obviously keeping an eye for hazards like the vehicle on the right hand side of the lorry, working vehicle with people. And as we go down, keeping out of the bus lane, keeping a good distance from the bus. At some point it's probably going to pull over. Okay, there's the bus pulling over, but also looking at there's cars looking to pinch out there on the right, so have a bit of caution. Now we know the bus is now pulling over. You should be taking action at this point. So what does the candidate do? Slows down. Probably could have slowed down a little bit more a little bit earlier. It is still indicating left. There's the gap we've got to deal with. Now the speed is good. Watch for the pinch on the front of the bus. That's where you get pedestrians come out quite close to the bus, very hidden. As we move on, watch the lights ahead. They've been green a long while, so have some caution with that. They will change at some point, certainly if somebody will press the button. Guy crossing the road, keeping an eye on those lights. There he goes, he is a hazard. He's on the other side of the road now, so he's out of our way. Watch the lights. There we go, we've got an amber. Have we got the distance? It's very, very close. But going through an amber is not illegal. You should stop if it's just unsafe to do so. But picked up a minor there. Now as we're coming up to these lights, they're green, we're bearing left, turning left into the next road. Now as we go down this road, watching the car in front is indicating right there, so should be taking some action here. Okay, not too bad. Looking at the car coming up front, pass no problem at all. Then we're looking at the bus and we're looking at the gap here. There is a car coming straight across, so timing's key here. Yeah, not too close. That was okay. Now keep an eye on all exits on the roundabout, obviously giving way to the right, but look what's coming from the left. Don't always assume they're going to give way to you. All worked out okay. Okay, as we continue up the road, we're looking at the cars coming towards us. This car scattered on left and right. We could have pulled in there, but we didn't. In doing so, we've got another gap there. Slightly hazardous. Look how close he got. That's not good. We could have probably got in before then if we would have planned a little bit better. Now a car coming again. Look at our gaps. There's a pinch point coming up. What do we do here? Who's going to get there first? We could go defensive, but look, we're in there first. But he's slightly aggressive, as you'll see. He doesn't slow down too much and he pushes us over. But the candidate does well there. Kept it nice and calm. Now we're coming up to the A3. So we're going to have a bit of A3 work coming up. And if you're not used to dual carriageways, it can be quite fast moving traffic. No one really loves them on their test. But depending where you have your test, you can actually find yourself on dual carriageways at any particular point. Now, as you all know, A roads have roads that join quite sharply, and as you can see, this is no exception. Vehicle on the left there, a white van looking to join. Got to be cautious of that. Check your right or middle lane. Maybe you need to move out. Quite important. There he is, look, waiting to come on. There's your space. Can you get into that space? You'll only know if you checked your mirrors. Got to be cautious with that. And look at that, there was a vehicle there, so there was no moving out unless you end up slowing down or braking. Can be meeting the sandwich there. You've got to be cautious. Okay, on the left we have another road looking to join the A3. Gets quite busy. It's their job to make sure that these vehicles here can actually fit in without interrupting our route. But nevertheless, people will do what they do. Nicely handled, good speed there. Looking to leave at this point. Yeah, nicely moved across. Now, further down the road here, we're heading to a roundabout, and from there we'll be looking to take the first exit off that roundabout. Okay, we're heading into some more built up traffic. Looking ahead there, looking way down the road. So there's a bus pulled in, dropping off and picking up passengers. Now we're looking to get around that, so we've got to have some caution. It's the same deal as before. At least it's a lot wider road on this occasion, but watch when you pass the front of the bus. I would have liked to see the candidate go a little bit slower there, a bit more caution involved. As we're moving further up the road, another bus on the right hand side of the road. Pedestrian just crossing as well. Start to bring the speed right down. There's quite a bit going on here. What we've got, refuse collection on the right hand side. Now we know they go often across the roads. There's another vehicle there with its hazards on the left hand side. So we've got to pay attention to these things. They can affect your test. Guy in the middle of the road there looking to get into car, not entirely sure. And watch out for kids. Kid on its own there. Pay attention to these things, they can cause you problems further up. Pedestrian crossing there, doesn't look like anybody's pressed the button, so that looks pretty good to go. But as we move further on, we can see a bus stop there. There's people there waiting for a bus. No, they're walking past, so they weren't waiting for the bus. But nevertheless, pay attention. Keep your eye out. Hazards tend to come thick and fast, so you've got to pay attention. Now as we're going down the road, we've got a car coming towards us. Is it going to cause an issue? Not really. There seems to be enough room for the pair of us, even with the parked cars. Nice slight adjustment of speed. Now we come up to a pedestrian crossing, and we can also see people close by, and yes, they're going to press the button, so that could change on you, and there it goes. But we were too close. We didn't need to react on that occasion on the ambers. Now as we're entering the roundabout here, over a keep clear, we're keeping on the left. Now when you do this, you can see that the road is slightly wide, and people sometimes take advantage of this and pinch off the roundabout into the gap you can see slightly to the right of the car in front of us. And if that happens, you've got to be somewhat cautious in the nature of what they do. And they pinch in front of it, which is no big deal. That's absolutely fine. We retain a bit of distance again from that car. So that's good. That's good by the candidate again. Nice and calm. Now further up the road here, the candidate is going to be looking to take a right. Now on approach, you've got to be careful with the oncoming traffic, of course. There's quite a bit here, as you can see. So it has to be an appropriate approach. Make sure you got your indicators on early enough, you check your mirrors early enough, and watch the oncoming traffic. Is it or can it affect you? Car looking to turn right here. Still some oncoming traffic. Now they've managed to go. We're still holding. Can we go after these two cars? Now there's a car coming towards us. It's a little bit close, but note it flashes its light. Be careful with that. It may not be meant for you. It's not something you'll see in the highway code. People use it all the time. Beware. Be cautious. Okay, we're entering down a road now. Cars parked on both sides. So quite hazardous in that nature. Be cautious with your speed and be very observant. Now as we go forward, what do we see here? There's a pedestrian probably coming out of a car. Either which way, they're in the road. And no, I'm sorry, I'd like to see the candidate slow down a lot more before going past that pedestrian. They were just going in front of the car. Wouldn't have hurt to slow down a little bit more there. That's what led to another minor. Now as we go forward, the car's pulling out, but we're holding good place in the road. Car holds back, that's nice. Going left into a 20. Make a note. So as we move forward, more cars on the left, more cars on the right as we move forward. Looking down the road, again, always pay attention for hazards, possibly cars reversing out of driveways. Kids going to school is built up. Notice the 20 there. Highlight that for a reason. Because ahead, what we've got here is sometimes a bit of confusion. But note the 20. It's facing the other way around, so it's the oncoming traffic. Okay, what we're heading into now is an immersion stop. Simple technique really, as long as it's conducted properly. It's done in a safe environment. They won't do it with cars behind you or anything like that. They tend to have a chat with you beforehand, and that was conducted quite nicely. Short and sweet. And then they have a little bit of a chat and say we're all good, and they ask the candidate from there to move off in a safe fashion, of course. Okay, we're coming up to a T-junction. I'm going to turn right at the T-junction, right behind this learner. And the T-junction and the road in question, it lies right next to the A3. Very busy A road. As we move on, you can see that we are completely segregated from that road. A little unnerving, it can be, because you see there's cars racing towards you, and it can be somewhat distracting as you drive down this road. But nevertheless, this is a two-way road. Traffic will come up this road, so you need to pay attention. We're keeping a reasonable distance from the learner in front of us. We can always use those as a bit of a guide as well. Watch for brake lights or any alteration in their speed. Gives you an indication, nice early indication of anything coming towards you as well. Now also on the right hand side there's a bus stop. There's somebody waiting there for a bus, no doubt. And also this vehicle on the right hand side, hazards on, reversing lights on, so there's a good chance this vehicle is reversing backwards. Caution when you pass. Nice slowing down there, excellent. It is moving but just very slowly. Van there waiting on the left, waiting for us to pass, which is good. We're coming out of a 30, coming into a 20, hence why the candidate picked up a minor there. For progress, no less. Okay, as we move forward down the road, we do have a vehicle coming towards us. Cars parked on the right, white vehicle in front of us on the left. So nice bit of caution here as we approach. Don't want to get too close to the BMW as we move out. And that's good. Now somewhere up here I believe we are going to make a left. Now there's another vehicle coming. Where are they going? Look for the indication in case they're going in the same direction as you. On that occasion they weren't. Now a few vehicles parked on the right hand side again, so remember anybody coming down on this road will be on your side more than likely. There's big gaps for them to move into, which is good. Now as we move forward, we've got that red car, indication they're moving off. It doesn't affect us at all. Now the candidate has been instructed to pull over. Now look at this little clutter of cars here, and look at ahead. There's plenty of place to stop here. Plenty of space indeed. And they've decided to park within these cars. It's not illegal to do so, but of all the space ahead here, it could have been better, hence the minor picked up there. Could have parked anywhere here whatsoever as long as you're avoiding the driveways. Lots of room there. So a little unfortunate, a little bit of clear thinking needs to be done as we move on. Now as we're coming up to the final stretch here, keep an eye, busy road again, traffic coming towards you, there's a jogger on the left, not intentionally, they could be looking to cross the road, so the key thing is pay attention. Junction on the left, a car looking to pull out, not moving, watch the wheels, not moving, good, straight past, pedestrian crossing, no one waiting to cross, so all good so far. Keep it moving forward, it's a matter of just taking it home from here. Watch the vehicles on the left, watch for any indications that could cause you to take action with your car. As we move forward, watch the junction on the left. That pedestrian, nice, had a little look over his shoulder to see if he was looking to turn into that road. Now as we move forward on, we are coming up to a set of traffic lights. A bit further down. Nothing coming out the junction on the left and nothing coming out the junction on the right. Pretty plain sailing at this moment in time, nothing too much to worry about. Keep an eye on the cycle lanes on the left, of course, for cyclists. Now as we're coming up to the lights themselves, they're on red, so make sure you slow down, keep a nice bit of distance from the car in front, don't get too close, don't spoil it at this stage. Okay, lights gone green, nice placement in the left hand lane, turning left here. As we go left, scan, check, 20 mph limit, bearing left again. Now the vehicle behind that DPS van there, DPD van, sorry, keep an eye on him, he doesn't look like he's crossing the road at the moment. Coming up to a junction, slow down, pay attention, watch, there's a person on the left hand side there as well. Just see him through the window of that car. Look at that, dog in the road. Fortunately he's on a lead, but careful. And looking further down the road, what else we got going on? We've got a works van there on the right hand side, and we have one on the left hand side as well. But keep an eye open, doors are open, that means people at work. And they just could walk out in front of your car, so you need to be cautious and you need to be aware and attentive. Now as we're going further up here, we are going to be taking a left, still keeping an eye on the cars on the left and the cars on the right. Slowing down, there's a van on the corner there, so cautious as we go around, because the vehicle person, anyone coming down the middle of the road, and you can see it's absolutely heaving with cars on the left and the right. So there's only room for one vehicle down there. Look out for your gaps on the left or the right hand side. Who could give way? Who's going to go defensive? You're on the final run here, so keep it smooth. We're coming up to a T-junction at the end, and we're going to turn left at this T-junction. The test centre is at the end of this road. So good look at the junction, notice, had to stop there because of the van that come past, very well done. Now we're coming, more cars on the left and more cars on the right. As we're pursuing down this road, now what's happened, the van in front, brake lights come on, what have they seen that we can't see? So pay attention, take your edge off the speed, something's happening up front. The van's moving around a vehicle in the middle of the road, not very nicely done at all, shouldn't be there, that's illegally parked. So bit of caution here going through this gap, it's quite tight. Watch your spatial awareness. And sadly on this occasion the candidate didn't do that correctly and actually failed their test at that point, which is sad considering the test centre is there on the left hand side. What a time to fail it, and there's the reason why. Brilliant, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you again on my channel with another video on another time. Thank you, please like and subscribe.